Everybody, how's it going? It is Tuesday morning, midnight, Tuesday, midnight 01. It's 43 degrees in downtown Sacramento. Today's forecast is calling for a high of 56, a low of 49. But we're already at 45. I guess it's like later in the day. And it's just me, Maverick, tonight.
Alpha 53, 448.
Howdy, Lori. Let me pull over here real quick, drop some links in. You gotta have the sound effects, you know.
Charles 88, he's clear with an extra, valid 27.
Clipboard. Our sponsor tonight is RU Sacramento, the RU Recovery Program.
You sounded better that time.
10-4.
A program and sponsor is near and dear to my heart. If you go to our website, psnews.us, you'll see the only real advertising on there is for the RU Recovery Program. So we'll be talking about recovery tonight on and off. Glad to have you all join us. We're now going through Freeport. Oh, look, it's the Donut 30 spot. Those poor folks that are just there right now, they don't realize the hot donuts are in about 2.5 hours. They are way too early.
1 Alpha 43 course.
And especially since I'm solo tonight,
Black.
I'll be getting to your. Whoa! I just saw some Christmas lights we need to go check out.
East of 5th Street.
Something on Broadway, east of 5th Street. I did not know this area decorated like this. Hold on. Oh! Wow! Coolness. This is off of Freeport. Wow, they're decorating up almost like the Fab 40s. Uh-oh, tree in the middle of the road. What do I do? Oh, no. Ah! Oh, brake right. This is a super duper cool neighborhood. I did not even know they did this over here. Wow. That's so cool to see, you know, all the people in the neighborhood get into it like that. That is cool. Wow. Just that little spot. All those neighbors are like down and into it. That is cool. All right. See if I can find my way back out of here. Do 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 do. Yep, there we go. All right. So we're off 21st and Castro. That's where that's at if you want to take a trip. So I can imagine earlier in the evening it's probably lit up even more. There's probably a lot of folks with their lights off because it's so late. But wow. I guess we'll have to meander over towards the Fab 40s and see if there's anything on over there. But I'll drop in here real quick. It's a spot to stop. And check messages real quick. work right. I'm actually gonna pull the feed up on a different device.
Roger, 553, requesting track access.
Ready.
Wow, we got quite a few folks joining us already. Thanks for joining. And Tuesday nights, oh, it's Monday night, so we can't talk about Tuesday night. Huh. Mondays and Tuesdays are usually kind of slow, but all of a sudden something breaks out, and it's usually something significant. So it's just kind of weird how that works. Tuesday nights, almost always something happens, and it's almost right towards the end of our shift when we're ready to go home and crash. All right.
Standard time is 12:08. Go ahead and traffic, please.
Justine Jones, Michael Stalker's on, Jose Gomez.
1 Charles 31, 1 Charles 32, this is Art, 153, copy for 927 in progress, 12th Street and Ida Street and 3 and Mary. It's the mini mart. There's a glass door broken on the business, and then who broke it. And then it's a passerby, the 927 in progress, 12th Street and Ida.
12th and I. Okay, we're going to have to go to 12th and I for a business that may got broken into. We'll check that in a minute. But, Jose Gomez, PSN's top mechanic.
Copy.
Oh, Jose, speaking of top mechanic, NC3 has a high-pitched squeak, possibly coming from that other issue with that clutch. Not sure, but it's getting a little worse, so just FYI. Craig. Ah, yeah, good stuff with the lights. Yeah, there's a spot where when I was a kid, my parents and I used to go. Yeah, it is coming down, the gas prices. In the Los Angeles area called Candy Cane Lane. And I think it's still a deal down there. But that's when I was a kid, and that was just awesome. Greg, it looks like you're going to be dying. Oh, cool, Craig. Happy birthday to your grandfather. And actually, the gas is a little cheaper than that. It's $3.39 right here where we're at. And it's a little cheaper in some of the other areas, so it's coming down. Yeah, Garen, I'll go with you on that one. Too much. Garen, been missing the last couple broadcasts. Good to see you. Supporter +1. Joseph, supporter +1. Good stuff. Appreciate y'all. $5 for gas. Nope, not for a big gulp. Too much. I got to. I'll be making bathroom stops. Yes, sir, Garen. Solo tonight. And yes, it is. Yes, it is Tuesday. You're right. Yes, Monday night, Tuesday morning. You're right. But I'm thinking when we start our shift, we start around 11:30, 11:45. So Monday nights into Tuesday mornings are usually really slow. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday mornings, it's weird.
49, can you show us out with 48, please? No, check. You're on their call.
Yeah, +8 minutes. Good one, Craig. You're right.
49, copy.
And yeah, Garen, possible B&E there on 12th and I. Victoria, good morning, top fan. Brandy B, howdy. Gotcha, Garen, on the towing. Yeah, Yeah, it's coming. Gas price coming down there, Kevin. I didn't check Costco. Costco's been like, the lines have been like back during the price wars. It's crazy over at Costco. Sometimes it's not really worth the discount to wait in the long line. Good stuff, Jose. Just let me know on that. Gotcha, Joseph. Good stuff. All right, so all caught up on that. We'll head over to our, as Garen put it, our possible B&E breaking entry at 12th and I. Go see what they're finding out about that. Windows fogging up a little bit. We'll get that taken care of. As Mary's Poppins would say, spit spot. And my dispatcher just went to bed a little bit ago, so I'm really solo. Yeah, so again, our sponsor tonight is the RU Recovery Program, rusacramento.org. If you have friends or family that are struggling with addictions, that is the place to go. They have weekly meetings on Friday nights at 7 o'clock in North Highlands. All the information is there at the rusacramento.org website. And this is a time of year when folks really tend to struggle for one reason or another. And RU program helps with all forms of addiction, include even PTSD situations, and it's not a 12-step. It's kind of a one-step with 10 principles. And personally, I have seen countless lives changed and families restored through this program. It's originated in the Midwest, and it is very well known in the Midwest, and a chapter was started here in Sacramento about 5 years ago now. Okay. Don't get freaked out because the black Crown Vic got behind you. We call that cop shock. Wow, you are really wigging out, aren't you? It's a media vehicle. It's not the cops behind you, really. You're okay. Don't freak out. Turn quick. Carl, hurry. That's one of the downsides of driving a black Crown Vic. The vehicle just has that stigma to it. It'll always have. It's just a black Ford Crown Victoria. Don't get all freaked out. It's not a police car unless it says police on it. And this one says media all over it, so it's well marked. But if the car's behind you, you don't really know that. So But it does get frustrating sometimes because you will get behind somebody and they'll get cop shock just because of the vehicle, and they'll start slowing down when you're trying to go faster and drive like that person did back there, get all nervous and everything. We pulled in. This was hilarious. I was with OK Michael, and we pulled into the Arco on Jaboom, and literally this guy took off a flat out run and jumped over the fence into the other business's parking lot, and we were just laughing hysterically. Like, okay, he doesn't have any warrants or anything, right? Yeah, Gary, that's what we were just saying. We get all kinds of problems like that just because of the stigma of the car. They get cop shock, and if you were on probably just a few seconds earlier, there's a car in front of me doing just that, all over the place because the black. We're having there must be bandwidth issues tonight because the feed keeps pausing. So if it keeps pausing, stay with us, and if it breaks off completely, I'll stop and reboot the device and get it reestablished. So just watch for the feed to pop up again if that does happen. And 12th and I, here we are with the B&E, possible B&E, and it's probably going to be the Bangkok 12 restaurant, which has had a lot of issues. Oh, nope, it's not. It's the store next to it. Yep, windows bashed in. And you can see the glass around the door there, bashed out. And it looks like store owner is there cleaning up. So, yep, definitely bashed in. Don't know if anything's stolen or not. They didn't come over the radio and say. So that's right next to Bangkok 12. It's had 2 cars crash into it in the last 6 months, 6 to 7 months, and we were on both of them. There's been just some really bad accidents at this intersection, and we've talked to both law enforcement and fire officials, and they really can't figure out what the issue is with the intersection. But there's been some. This intersection is kind of a bad accident magnet. Yeah, Jose, on the hood squeak. I think it hasn't been as bad lately. I haven't really actually heard it. I think the humidity in the air is keeping it from rubbing. Hey, Garen, good stuff. Thank you. Tow operator. And great reminder there. Morning, Linda. Yeah, Jose, he saw that. He got really spooked on that. That was funny. Howdy, Greg. You're probably talking to Jose, and I asked him before if he wanted me to put him out there for work, and he's got plenty of stuff to keep him busy, so he's really not looking for mechanic work. He actually does mobile device repair and computer stuff. This is his real gig. What's up, Manuel? Oh, we've got a hit and run, subject taking off, northbound.
And I got him stopped just north of Florida. 4 Henry William Paul.
On Franklin, north of Florin.
And Alpha 50 was correction on 41. Let's reach that way.
Hey, there he is, Officer Gamble.
How are you?
Good. So we have anything broken in there or just a shattered door?
Looks like a shattered door.
Shattered door. Good stuff. We need a picture from the back.
A picture of what?
All the cars.
Oh, yeah, right. You know, that's a good idea.
Can you grab it real quick?
Yeah.
Mine's going. Officer Gamble's taking a picture of all of our cars. We got two Vics and other police cruiser.
That's pretty neat.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty neat.
That is cool.
Pretty neat shot.
Awesome. Can you shoot that to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And
Don't have any cars coming yet.
It's going to be about 2 Adams Street, 203. It's going to be westbound Richard Center.
Let me see. Message. And what's your number?
916
Mm-hmm.
870.
Sorry, what was that?
916 870 8476. Oh,
Alright.
and here comes Calvin.
See you right now.
Good
All right,
stuff.
buddy. Good
I'm
to
gonna
see
lock your number in permanently now.
Take care.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right. Y'all didn't hear that phone number. Erase out your memory banks. Oh, man. So that was Officer Anthony Gamble. He's driving the Crown Vic tonight. They like it when they get to pick one of the Crown Vics to drive. They miss the Crown Vics. A lot of the officers don't like the Explorers, and some do.
Operation 506.
And we'll go check some of our hot spots. We were going to head to that to the south area for that car that was taken off from the officer, but they got stopped, and it's a distance from where we're at. So I thought it was heading north, So when we hear pursuits or different things like that, we start moving in position to intercept so we can get passing shots of the pursuit.
10 vehicle accidents. Foreign Road and Franklin Boulevard.
We'll head down there.
Accident. Franklin Boulevard, just north of Foreign Road. Battalion 2, Engine 560.
Franklin Boulevard, north of Florin.
2 operations on Bravo.
We can get there pretty quick, I think.
1041 Keystone, CHP at 10-9.
We'll go head over there and check it out. So we're gonna head to a vehicle accident right now. There was a hit and run. The officer had to take off after one of the vehicles involved. And tell you what, sure do appreciate most of our officers. They just like that there. There we are at an intersection. There was no cars coming behind us, and they were tandem there in the number 2 and 3 lane, syncing up on that last call. And I pulled up. Just as I was pulling up, my window was down. I could hear him say, "Hey, here's Maverick," and that's always cool. Them when they're supportive of us like that, and they like what we do because we are authentic. We don't put a spin on anything. We show up and we're just a window to the scene. We don't get in the way. And we present our news authentically, so kind of a rare thing. Hey, another viewer. Oh, it's funny. It's always funny when we got people that pull up next to us and honk and say howdy to us. We appreciate it. We like meeting folks. And so anytime you see us around, if you drive around and you see us, we're stopped somewhere, don't hesitate to come by and say howdy. We don't bite much. We do shoot with our cameras, of course. Those who are just joining us, we're 99 southbound right now, heading toward the south area for a vehicle accident, and one of the vehicles started to take off when the officers arrived, and a brief pursuit took place. And then the vehicle yielded. Yep, we're heading to South Sac. And again, I keep getting a screen pop up that the feed is getting interrupted, so broadband or bandwidth issues tonight. So again, if we drop off, I'll reboot the device, get us reestablished on the network. That might help. Condensing dispatcher channels, dropping off dispatchers. So now SAC PD is down to 2 channels for the night. If you're a radio buff, that means they have all the south area of the city on channel 4 for SAC PD and the north area on channel 1. And then you have folks who do read the car and they go blasting by it, just like this one here. Oh, actually, we're going to drop off on 47th. That's the fastest way to get to this. South of Florin. Stay green, stay green, stay green. All right, we hit a green one. It's not yellow. What do you know? It's gonna be a good night. It's the simple things in life that make us happy. For those just joining us, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by the RU Recovery Program, Sacramento chapter. The program's based out of the West Coast, out of Rockford, Illinois. You can visit the local chapter online at rusacramento.org. And for someone who needs a little deeper help other than just a weekly meeting and group support, you can go to ruhomes.org, and known as the Men's School of Discipleship and the Ruth House for the ladies are located in Rockford, Illinois. And it is the least expensive yet the most effective recovery program there is anywhere. And I will say that emphatically because I know how effective the program is. I know I've seen the walking miracles, literally, that this program has impacted. Wow, we've got a lot of apparatus on scene here. I am glad we came down to this because this looks a lot bigger than and looks can be deceiving. So let's check this out here. Slow down. Got a vehicle over here that looks like the one that may have taken off. I've got car smashed in the intersection at Franklin and Florin. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna, exactly, danger zone. I'm gonna say that Durango back there is the one that took off. Oh wow, yeah, it was got slammed from behind. Behave yourselves with that comment. This is a family show. You can see the back end of that vehicle. Just absolutely got slammed from behind. And I haven't heard anything on any victims. The ambulance is over with the Durango. CHP and SAC PD on scene. It's green street signs, which means it's city. Well, no, it's not. It's white street signs. I'm sorry. It's green up top, but on the lower ones, they're white, which means it's county. And there's some people who probably saw what happened. Right, y'all, I'm gonna have to jump out and grab some shots. Please hang in there with me, and I will be right back. And I'll get whatever details I can. The ambulance is leaving.
Attention District 1 units, information only on an Alpha subject at 330 Curran Avenue, Lawrence A. Charles. The Alpha subject pulled up in a black vehicle, unknown plate, and 484th male from multiple mailboxes on the street. Set off westbound approximately 30 minutes ago. Subject was male, black, 35
Okay, I'll be right back. So again, all 57 of you, please hang in there with me. And if you would, while I'm gone, would you please take a moment and tap your screen and hit share, and share our broadcast tonight, and let's see if we can get those numbers up a little bit, and so we can communicate with a few more people and let them know about public safety news. And while you're doing that, I'll go grab my shots, and I'll be right back.
Alpha 36 traffic stop.
Alpha 36, go ahead.
Fourth NG on 5 call unit or 611. Repeat. Sorry, my bad.
Central 12, P91 check. 12, P91 check. Battalion 3, Engine 18, Mac 15, L citation code 2, North State Boulevard and San Juan Road, between the pizza and liquor store. L citation code 2, North State Boulevard and San Juan Road, between the pizza and liquor store. Battalion 3, Engine 18, Medic 15, at 109 Bravo for operations on Bravo 2.
Hey, I'm back, everybody. Oh man, we lost 20 viewers. You guys let some go. What'd you do with that? Well, that is unbelievable. I was just talking with CHP and the SAC PD officers there on scene. No one injured in this accident, and that is a testament to the seat belts and just the way cars are engineered today. When I was a medic firefighter back in the 80s, someone probably would have been through a windshield and mortally injured on an accident like this, but today people make it through without a scratch. They'll be sore the next day, but that's about it.
Alpha 32, go ahead.
Yeah, so again, we're on Franklin, Florence. Oh, we got pot hit. Hang on 1 second.
In that area, also, they normally have at least a lane open. This is a full monitor that they're doing today. Caltrans, aware of that.
So you play Fort Tom George 786 back there for 1998 Chevrolet at Sacramento.
Yeah, so it wound up not being hit and run. I think the other driver just was pulling around to a safe spot, and it was literally like a block. So from Franklin, from Florin on Franklin, just around the corner up here where you see the Durango sitting. So actually it wasn't a hit and run, but yeah, somebody wasn't paying attention or something, because the back end, the left rear back end of that other vehicle is demolished. All right, give me 1 second. Since I don't have a dispatcher on, I have to do all my own logging. So give me just a moment. Please stand by. So, did you guys share the feed while I was gone? Because we only have 34. When I left, we had like 52. Y'all gotta help me get those numbers up. I can't do it by myself. Oh, and the engine shut off. So hey guys, I was hi. No. I was talking to you about the RE recovery program, and that's our sponsor tonight. And especially this time of year, folks are really struggling, and
Control track at Costco Walmart.
yeah, I'm trying to do two things at once here. You can take this out of tablet mode. There we go. And there's, I mean, you know, folks have lost family. You know, I lost my dad just, you know, this past January. Things like this. So this will be my first holiday season without my dad around. And other people are going through other major struggles, and sometimes it drives them to a spot where they feel like they don't have any hope left. They really start hitting the drugs or alcohol or whatever it is to mask the problems, and that's not taking care of the problem. And they need some extra help. You know, they start missing work. Oh, someone's going in custody here. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, Master. LRV 240 is going through the wash rack right now.
Copy. If you would like, you can place it on the platform.
Copy. I'll put 240 on the employee platform.
Thank you.
Yard Master Victor 68, you still on board?
Yeah, Master.
Just radio checking.
Flying with LRV 229.
Sorry about that.
230.
I looked up and they're taking someone in custody.
1029 authorization.
So anyway,
053.
As I was saying,
053.
so those addictions start taking over. They start losing their jobs. Next thing you know, you're going to lose a home. All those situations. So something a little deeper is needed than just a weekly program. And that's when I start recommending that folks go to Rockford, Illinois. Even over the holidays, it's better for someone to get away and get some help and be away from family for a Christmas, a holiday season, than to lose a life or to destroy a family or something like that, and then come back a much better person, and a family put back together. So I always recommend that folks, you know, if that's a situation, that they go to ruhomes.org and get there to Rockford, Illinois. That's always a really good choice. So again, we're on scene of a vehicle accident. One person was just taken into custody over there, that Durango. So I'm going to assume that's DUI. And I'll check some of these messages in just a little bit. I gotta finish my logging here real quick.
Tanzanite Park on 4 Yellow, California.
Copy, Alpha 14 on 3 that way.
Franklin.
Alpha 18, I copy, you'll be in route.
Road. Oh, what's a spelled road, right?
Alpha 40 after 7849 system. After the shot letter call. 1345
1345 Los Lolitas Circle, shot spotter, 1 round.
Round 49. Hey, shot spotter out here.
Edward Zebra 006 comes back clear on 8001 Honda out of Sacramento.
What time was this dispatch?
And one template copy of that on there.
HP's on it. Franklin, Florin. This is dispatched at 12:29. 5-star towing is en route. Let's see what CHP has to say. Fire around, blocking lanes. Okay, yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. It says Dodge originally tried to flee when
Start 150 copy for shot spotter at station 1345 on Triple Boulevard. 1 round was detected. Shot by call. Unit 1345 on Triple Boulevard.
India Street, second floor medical.
So CHP's notes say that the vehicle did attempt to flee. So I was right. Yeah, when SAC PD on viewed. So SAC PD witnessed the accident.
The rest of the PC car go to track 3. Hey, Brasco. Copy, are they all Siemens left?
78 or 779, one of you available to head up to the top protocol.
Are you going to get 135 or is that 135 part of the 3?
Oh, they're checking someone else. Okay, so they're checking this other guy. You can't see it. Turn it a little bit. Oh, there we go. So the guy over on the far left. See the officer holding the flashlight, and they're checking for what's called nystagmus. When they do the finger thing, they're looking for the eyes to jump, and it's called nystagmus. They're not really looking to see if you can follow the finger. They're looking, as you follow the finger, if the eye jumps, that's an indication.
center doors that was cut out.
Okay, so again, what was the dispatch time?
All right, copy.
It was 12:29. On the Yolo Causeway, visibility is less than half a mile, so fog over the Yolo Causeway.
All right, copy.
Saw some tule fog in some areas. When I was going out. Okay, so the one guy is not DUI. So I don't know why the other guy, why they took him in custody. It looked like he may have, I think this guy that they're talking to is, yeah, they're going to do a whole field sobriety test with him. I'm not sure if that's the guy that they put in the back of the car earlier or not. Maybe he was giving them some lip. Let's see here if I can zoom in on the photos. The booger part is both of my long lenses are broken right now and are in the shop. So I'm using my short lens and I can't get good up close shots.
Copy, I'll see you on arrival.
And I can't tell if this is the guy that they had in the back or not. No, I don't think it is. No, it's not. That guy had a dark shirt on and gray sweats, it looks like. And a baseball hat. Nope, that's not him. So, separate individuals on that. So Chris, if you're talking about this incident, I don't know what other news you're looking at because we are the only news on scene. And there is no other news on right now. And there was no one injured on this. In fact, I'm going to try to flip around here and see if I can get y'all a better view discreetly. I don't like to... We always try to be discreet, especially when they're doing their field sobriety tests, because we don't want to be a distraction. So this is the guy that's having the field sobriety test right now. Delayed post. So once again, those of you just joining us, we're at Florin and Franklin Ron Franklin, right by the Pizza Hut. There's a Dodge Durango over here on the right that is out of camera now. That tried to take off from the accident. It was a severe crash. Just demolished the back end of the other vehicle. And for some reason, on my other device, I'm not getting all the questions in. So let me reboot the app. Close all of them. Trying to do 12 things at once here. Okay, only 11. I exaggerated.
Copy, Metro. I got a person asked me out here at 3. Thank you.
Chris, where's that information coming from? Because that is incorrect.
Alpha 35 and Alpha 36. We have Papa 34.
Oh man! Oh, Monday morning. Not this morning. This is Tuesday morning. So not the same incident. Okay, so that was yesterday morning, not this incident. Nobody is injured on this incident. Amazingly so. But yeah, there are no injuries.
Alpha 61 traffic stop.
Nope.
61 order 2 channels to the airport.
They probably will be towing the SUV because the driver is probably or possibly going to be busy going somewhere else, like downtown in the back of a patrol car. The other vehicle is being towed right now.
Alpha 61 traffic stop. Stockton and 14th on
A 5-star towing.
833.
Oh, look at that. Callie Field's worried about me being sick. Nope, I'm doing just fine. Thank goodness. Haven't been sick at all this holiday season yet. So I'm taking all my vitamins. I don't know, Bob. Good grief, Califield. What's up with all the questions, dude? Are you sick? What time did you clock in? So there's the one car being towed off. Munch. Heard a fire dispatch for smoke and flames scene. Folk and flames. Califield, don't make me ban you.
What's that from Alpha 5? Are you able to just find back out with your camera card for alcohol test? Yeah, perfect. I'll turn around for that.
Okay, medical. So where is that fire they were just dispatching? Okay, almost done with my logging here.
Thank you.
And looks like they just took the guy into custody, put him in the back of that car. They're back.
Available guard unit near the Swanson station.
Alarm guard 44.
Guard 44, I have a male white stool on the platform, made a small fire. You can make contact.
Copy that. Club Center is pretty dead. Did you go back up there? Are you still down here in the arena? Okay, there's a street sweeper thing that's been going in the parking lot across the street from where I am. And I think he's going to come by the spot in a minute. So when he gets over here, I'll go up there to the Club Center and set up the map on the spot. Have a good
All right. Man, Califield's got questions tonight. What's up, man? Take your question asking pills? Got the scorecard out. Yes, we have at least 2 in custody, 1 for DUI. I don't know why the other guy is in custody in the back of the other car. They had another one detained in cuffs, but they released him. I guess they all started to get a little uppity. All right, we're going to clear off of this shortly. Got our video and photos.
4349.
Actually, at least 4 CHP units. SAC PD originally saw the incident. It was caught on their camera. And there's a open beer container on top of the Durango. That screw's a little uppity.
Alpha 65, bike up. Alpha 65, go ahead. Stockton, Check.
Joseph, good one. Yeah, so Chris, I'm pretty sure that was the one yesterday morning. Naturally, I did hear something about that yesterday. Angel, we're on scene of a pretty good rear end smash. And 1 in custody for DUI, another in custody for not sure what. And SAC PD and CHP handling. SAC PD witnessed the accident. CHP is on it because it's in the unincorporated part of Sacramento.
Subject is written to Mace component with Bear Mace 2675 Altus Avenue, apartment number 1, Altus apartment. Subject left 5-10 minutes ago in a silver older Audi 4-door.
So yeah, 1's in custody for DUI. The folks that were hit are very fortunate; they didn't even get a scratch.
Yeah,
funny thing is,
I-15 North 119.
Is a photog down in Bakersfield area. So he knows the job, sort of. And it's funny, folks want to call themselves stringers when they've never made a dime or been able to sell because there's no market. And stringers sell to news agencies. Otherwise, you're just, and if you don't belong to a news agency, you're just someone out with a camera shooting. And what's your motive for being on scene? Is it just for the excitement and the adrenaline, or is it because you care about the community and journalism and telling the story authentically and accurately? As a photojournalist, are you out to make a name for yourself, or is it more about your subject? The police department, the fire department, the scene, the people that are involved whose lives were just flipped upside down, things like that. So those are the folks that we look for on our team, are the folks that are professional and care about the community. They kind of have a natural, for lack of a better term, yin for it. We kind of like to say it's in our DNA. It takes a particular person to do what we do. Folks who just sort of go, oh man, I want to do that, we really shy away from them because we're just looking at the excitement, or the motive is wrong, and we can usually see through that pretty quickly. And it's part of the reason for why we bring people on our team the way we do. We just don't, you know, some folks that come on our team don't even know how to shoot, but they have the heart and the desire, and we train them. And I've had some that we brought on the team that couldn't shoot at all, and trained them over the span of several months to a year, and they really came up. And because they were serious and they had the passion for it and the heart for it, and that's a big deal. You'll hear Scott in Shot in the Dark say, you know, there's 5 things you have to have, and he's looking at it as a business, and Scott will tell you he's not a journalist. He says that in the video. When you get to meet him personally, you see a different person than the character in Shot in the Dark. And while Scott's all about business, he's also very much about the story and telling the story accurately. But it's also why we're creating a paradigm shift in what we're doing, a movement, if you will. We're changing the way people get their action news. Instead of more at 5:30, more at 11, you want your news right now. And if you think about it, all the news stations on TV, they have to cram as much quote-unquote relevant news into a short time span, versus when you're using social media and web, you're not relegated to an hour time slot trying to shove everything in, including the fluff stories and everything else. So we stay focused on public safety journalism, and that is all we do. Pretty much, if it doesn't come across these radios, we're not interested in it. Folks will tell us all the time, oh hey, I got a story for you. Okay, go talk to Fox 40 or KCRA or somebody. Those aren't the kind of stories that we work on. Yeah, we've got a little bit of fog coming in there, Jennifer. We just heard a report that visibility is down to a half mile over the Yolo Causeway. So they're over the river. Head back toward the downtown area. Had someone saw this vehicle sitting here tonight. I don't know when this one got smashed up, but it definitely got almost looks like it ran into a wall. So not sure when that happened or where, but sitting here at the Shell station. And that's on the Department of Justice channel. Gotcha, Michael. He just went over the Yolo Causeway. Yeah, CHP put out that warning. Califield. that was good. I'm harassing you.
110 copy.
Before I'm 909 assisted.
256. 256, bud. Can you stack our call for traffic stop? Go ahead. We'll be on Forest Parkway and Circle Parkway. H on Ida Yellow 961. Sorry, back.
So once again, our sponsor tonight is RU Sacramento Reformers Unanimous Recovery Program, Sacramento chapter.
Hey, you still want us for yours, or you want us to divert to that one in progress? Yeah, go.
At rusacramento.org.
Control copies.
Oh man, Joseph. Yeah, Ace is a card, that's for sure. Ace will be on, should be on Wednesday night. He's pretty stacked up with some other obligations right now. Califield, take care, man. Be safe out there. We were going to head over. Yeah, I should have got out that other driveway before all this happened.
57, another 57, heading 35 Creekside Way into Bravo. Heading 35 Creekside Way into Bravo. High for into 57, paragraph 50.
Second.
Operation T3 book units.
What's that?
Code 2.
before we had the accident come out, we were going to head over toward the Fabulous 40s and see if they had any lights on. That's our area that does all the neighborhood decorating. If you weren't with us earlier, we found a spot that I'd never seen before off of Freeport or 21st and Castro. There's a little neighborhood tucked in, and I caught a glimpse of it out of the corner of my eye as we were going by, and I was, whoa, wait a minute, and we flipped around and went and checked that out, and that was pretty cool. Nice little neighborhood, and they got lights all over the place. So we'll have to go through and drive through there again later in the week. Oh, there goes someone without any lights on going down 12th Avenue. Man, we see more cars today driving around without any lights on than I think I've ever seen in my life. And the funny thing is, some of y'all got to meet Calvin a couple of weeks ago when he was here and came on our live broadcast. And he's in Cincinnati, and like right before he came for the visit for Thanksgiving, he was on our internal messenger saying he can't believe all the people who run around with their high beam headlights on. And we got the opposite problem. We got people driving around without any headlights on. He's like, no way, because he used to live here and he didn't remember that. And now we're getting some fog. So yeah, that fog is coming down. So if you have to leave for work in the morning, make sure you plan on leaving a little bit early, because we got some good fog coming in. I'd say we're down to about 3/4 mile visibility right now. Popping off here. Oh, good stuff, Todd. You doing a ride along?
Office 330023.
And what area are you guys rolling in tonight? And for those of you just joining us, we just came off of a DUI hit and run accident that SAC PD on viewed. At Florin and Franklin, and the driver of the SUV had slammed in the back of the other vehicle, tried to take off, and they got on that quick and got him pulled over, and now in custody for DUI. The back end of the vehicle that was hit was just absolutely demolished. No injuries on that one. And while we're waiting for things to happen, we're heading over to the Fab 40s area. See if they got any of their lights on. But Mount Shasta, all right, good stuff. You guys been getting snow around there at all? I love Mount Shasta area. I've only had the pleasure of being around up there a couple of times. Shasta Lake. I have to come up there and do some houseboating sometime. Yeah, I bet. Snow level was down pretty low last week. I used to live in the Mammoth area, and some folks don't realize there's areas of California that get some pretty intense snow, and Mammoth is one of those. So we're getting in the Fab 40s area. I see a little bit of lights. Oh, here we go. I think they got them all off. I think the neighborhood pretty much turns them off at this time.
32 Central Valley Hill.
Yeah, because there's you can see the strings that go over the street, and I can see some of the displays and some of the front yards. I heard there weren't as many in this area participating this year due to vandalism in previous years, and a lot of them finally just said, you know, enough's enough. If folks aren't gonna respect our neighborhood, we're not gonna do it, and that's unfortunate. And some of their displays were getting damaged. So not too many displays. There's one with a manger scene here. It's done it pretty well, but none of the lights aren't on. Oh, we see some more lights over here. We'll head over this direction. And maybe a little bit closer to Christmas, they'll have more up. Yeah, it's when we normally drive through here, it's like every house for about 4 or 5 blocks east to west and 2 blocks north to south. Almost every single house has a decent display. There's a neat lit up manger scene there, nativity scene. Okay, we'll head back towards downtown. Someone made a comment, I think it was on our last, I didn't catch it till after our live, or I would have addressed it during our live, but it said there's more to see than 16th Street. And like, okay, 16th Street is like a main thoroughfare north to south through downtown, so we do wind up on 16th Street a lot. We default out of downtown because we can get to everywhere else quickly from there, but most of the action is going to happen downtown on Friday and Saturday nights, so that's why we default out of downtown. There is a method to our madness. And just winding around through here. So there's a few more houses with some stuff.
About 57 Zinville, wearing a black hoodie and black pants.
459.
2202 on channel 1 with a vehicle stop.
459 with Sacramento Sheriff up in the north area.
Northbound Watt from Orange Grove. It's going to be a white Mercedes, no plate. Appears to have one. We'll advise.
And now we're westbound
13 I'm about to clear. Cover 12 feet to 342.
on Folsom, which turns into J Street back into downtown Sacramento.
Usually Park Boulevard, Trussell, California 7, unit Adam Edwards, 805.
And again, I see some comments popping up there, and I'll stop in a little bit and check in with y'all. You can kind of see the fog really good now. We can barely see the top of the Sutter Health building. Check out Lavender Heights. I'll check in with y'all when we get there at K and 20th.
2 L citation code 2 at Paso Tire, 16th Street at El Lima Street. L citation code 2 across from Bago Tire, 16th Street and El Lima Street, Battalion 1, Truck 2, map 149 Alpha 3, Operation Bravo 3.
Oh, we'll go to 16th and L with an ill psych patient. 16th and L could turn into something. For those just joining us, you haven't possibly been with us for previous broadcasts. The mayor of Sacramento made Sacramento a sanctuary city. Since that time, our transient population has grown exponentially, and with that has come a lot of problems. At the same time, they put in some laws, took a lot of teeth out of some of the laws, and have essentially handcuffed our officers and have to do
in progress, 1900 Kingsbury Road in Susie Charles,
and pretty frustrating for our officers.
In the wrong room. Currently naked out in front of the hotel. Subject is male Indian, 30 years old, 5'9" Longhorn.
And over 90%
It does not know what purpose
of
it
our
is.
downtown police and fire call load is transient related. So much so to the extent that you'll have two transients that can't get along. One has a stick, and because it's a stick, it's considered a weapon. And now it's what's called a 245 assault with a deadly weapon, and it becomes a higher priority call, requiring more officers. And so while the officers are tied up on two transients that can't get along and one person has a stick, you have someone trying to break into your home, trying to kick your door in, and there's no officers available in the downtown area, and they have to cross sector from different areas of Sacramento while you've got someone coming through your door. So that is a situation that occurs on a semi-regular basis. And here's our ill psych patient situation. So hang out here for a minute. Let's see what develops here. And while we're waiting for fire to arrive and see how this develops, I'll tap in with some of your questions. Todd, I think Bob, that question from Bob was for you, Todd, about the fire areas around Shasta. You might have replied to that, and I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, Heather, 48th and T, yeah, that's another area. And we'll probably check into that later in the week. Oh, Todd, you got it. Good stuff. Dee Dee, howdy, good to see you on. Yes, Todd, 5150 situation. Steve, good stuff. Yeah, that documentary is really, really good. Again, that documentary that Steve was talking about, Seattle is Dying. I recommend everybody watch that, especially folks in the Sacramento area, because what you see in that documentary, and I think it was filmed about 2 or 3 years ago, it's exactly what's happening now in Sacramento. Okay, Sac Fire Engine 2 on scene. And that's Fog, Califield. Califield, I thought you were checking out. Yeah, they are. Todd, definitely sketchy calls. You would definitely know that. But we have an abundance of them here. And our officers and our first responders are trained very well in handling these situations. And we also have mental health officers. Yeah, Dee, not too bad. A little foggy. We just came from a pretty significant accident with a drunk driver smashed into the back of a car with a couple in it. Demolished back in that car, and thank goodness the couple was not injured.
516, it's going to be a Mercedes with one. Send a message to one of the Sector 1 people and ask them what kind of.
Guess they're gonna determine this guy is okay, and not much they're gonna be able to do with him.
Yeah, I'll let you know what the stop will. Send them a
So they're all clearing.
He's hardware, at least will supply the hub and the liquor store. 49, go ahead. You have details for the CSI call I can pick up for you.
Laying down in your caulking, Califield. That could be a sticky situation.
We'll need some photos. I copied property driving outside. Units covering Alpha 61 to zero traffic. Inform 971. Go ahead.
Yeah, Todd. Exactly. And yeah, I got officers here. I had one the other day. Yeah, I love the relationship we have and with our officers. And one pulled up next to me the other day after a call and said, "Maverick, I'm about ready to quit and become a firefighter." And I told him, "Don't do it." You know, if the good guys pull out, then it just leaves everything to wreck and ruin. And he's definitely one of the good guys. And just absolutely frustrated. He had to release a guy on some of those new laws, and the guy was definitely dangerous. Had a machete, he was swinging around and threatening people with it. So yep, Dee Dee, definitely. Yeah, that's interesting. Warm fog.
61, that's the 6 Union 44480, comes back clear, expired.
Yeah, we're losing more and more of our officers because of those things. They become, officers. Like I was a firefighter medic for a reason. I'm a rescuer at heart, and I absolutely loved it. But today, I tell our medics, especially today, you can pay me enough to be a paramedic here in this city. There's just absolutely no way. They have to put up with so much. Back when I was a medic, if someone was abusing the system, I could tell them, I'm not taking a call a cab. They can't do that today. And I won't go to the extent because I don't want to put out there what they can do so people have an idea of what they can get away with. But these transient folks are manipulating the system in major ways, and they know exactly what they're doing, and it's bad.
Battalion 3 Engine 17, Mag 17, hot problem 700 Maury Avenue. Hot problem 700 Maury Avenue. Battalion 3 Engine 17, Mag 17. At 110 Charlie 2 Operation Stopper 2.
Pretty good fog going on. We'll head into Old Sac and check that out, see what's going on there. Then we'll come back around and check in on the Capitol Christmas tree. I think all the special lights will be off in Old Sacramento, just regular lights. off here by the Gold One Center, the Kings, home of the Sacramento Kings. About every time I get on a wreck, Kelly Bear.
Off 27, he starts fire. Go through this guy's going up profusely.
Male white, 25. 12, we're okay.
CSA 12 to channel 4. CSA 12 to channel 4.
Gary, you're in Downey. Yeah, no fog at all. And we, you know, here we got the rivers here too. So we got the Sacramento and the American River. So all this fog is coming off the delta, off the river right now.
Adam 52, Sam 15. Can you go to TAC? Can you have a second?
So grow.
Copy.
Hey, Califield, yeah.
Hey, yeah, just FYI, Fire had the same issues with that guy earlier when they arrested him. That's why they...
Elk Grove, don't need to monitor that. Yeah, the funny thing is, even in the winter, when we're in town, we roll with the windows down so we can hear everything going on around us. And the heater going. Yeah, so heater is a must. Wells Fargo building. You can only see about a quarter of the Wells Fargo building over here on my left. We'll come back up around and see that and come down Capitol Mall. And the Tower Bridge. You can't even see the top of the Tower Bridge in front of us.
Angela 09-109, call 5801 Sutter Avenue, Unit 206, Sutter Police Department. Code 2, call 5801 Sutter Avenue, Unit 206, Battalion 7, Angel 109, Medic 109, at 113, Charlie 2, Operations Station. Battalion 3, Engine 20, Mac 20, ill person, PD on scene, cleared under Code 3. 1900 Canterbury Road, Plaza Hotel parking lot, east side. Ill person, PD on scene, cleared under Code 3, Plaza Hotel, 1900 Canterbury Road. Parking lot, east side, Battalion 3.
And we're hearing a little bit of echo. We run about 5 radios in here. And some we're switching over to the digital system here in Sacramento. So, oh, all the lights are still on. Hang on a second here. And so the digital system is delayed just a little bit. And we still have our scanners scanning both the analog and the digital system because they haven't switched over completely to the digital yet. So this section of Old Sac here is all lit up like this for the Theater of Lights. That's a performance that goes on and up in different locations, like the little stage that's right in front of us, stagecoach, or buckboard I should say, right on the right here. That's a stage. Up to the left where you see the red lights, that's a stage. I haven't got to see it yet. It's been I'm gonna make sure I see it this year.
For units 173, copy, code holding in 910 at 581 People Street, permit 581. Complainant's dog was barking. She checked her front door and it was open. Complainant closed and locked it. Is now hiding in her bedroom. Looked out from her window. There's a male in a beanie and a jacket standing in front of her door. Complainant is alone. Complainant's dog is friendly. No units available for a prowler, 581 People Street.
581 P Street.
Stand through, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and
So
start
it's about
canine across the
5th and P.
Copy Alpha 36. I'm going to start you that way.
We're pretty close to that. We're gonna head that way, but not right away,
PD Channel 1.
because we want to make sure law enforcement's there first. But anyways, they have like laser lights and the whole night. This is really done well. Sponsored by Macy's.
Battalion 1, Medic 18, Engine 15, Hammers 3302, Holly Bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
510,
Cali Bear. Yep.
Hammers 3302, Holly Bridge. Court Unit 510, Royal Local Apartments. Battalion 1, Medic 18, Engine 15, Map 109, Bravo 1. Operations, Bravo 2.
Alright, we'll start heading that direction. Yeah, so if you're near the Sacramento area, it's worth coming down here for some of these festivities over Christmas. You also have that train right there does their version of the Polar Express at night. So there's night train rides. Again, something I haven't got to do. I've lived here for almost 16 years and I haven't been able to do some of these things. So we're gonna do them this year. Cali Field, check it out. There's someone else with the name Cali Bear with a K.
There units on that crawler call when complainant saw her front door open. It appears to have been broken. It's the actual deadbolt. Complainant was able to lock the door. I'm sure if somebody's inside or not. Her dog is with her and is calmed down.
Okay. So this is a female whose dog was barking and she found her front door open. And someone nearby wearing a beanie cap. So SAC PD is en route to the 500 block of P Street, P Paul, for a prowler call.
Wow, so 3291.
Yeah, we always, especially when we're close, we drag our feet a little bit. Since we're not law enforcement, we're tactical photojournalists. But we drive a Crown Vic, so even though it's well marked media and public safety news, a lot of folks don't read and they'll think we're law enforcement, so we make sure we stay a couple of blocks out on situations or get somewhere where we can get a, as they say, a long eye on the situation.
Registered owner is Nathan Gold.
Yeah, wait for officers to arrive, then we roll in back behind the officers. And our officers.
Units on the prowler call. Complainant has not heard anything since being on the phone. Does not have any weapons or anything to protect themselves.
stay a few blocks out, like I said, and then roll in behind them. Our officers know us very well and give us a lot of latitude.
Alright, it's the California Temporary, Adam Paul, 43, Frank, 00.
2728 fire's coming around now.
We're gonna head.
Yeah, did fire come to the thing occupied the overhead?
Friend, we asked and they didn't have any notes on their dispo.
2018 Dodge Ram. I guess to company Sacramento, CG, John Robert, Officer of the Maverick. That's where we're gonna
So we'll go around the block,
another red car in the lot here.
come up the other direction. Actually, we'll only go 2 more blocks to the east. Because it will be 1 block east of where we were just at. So it's a one-way, so we want to be a block the other side. Is probably the subject's probably going to be Goa, gone on arrival.
Two 7 from 28.
Copy.
Room 139. Alright, copy that. You might be coming over. Sorry, you guys with me. Yeah, on the ground.
For units on the crowd called and put its off flashlight thinks it's the officers advising you knock on her door. She'll put the dog away and come out.
I don't think the officers are on scene yet. She saw a flashlight.
Alpha 36 Control 1.
Alpha 35, we're utility.
The only one outside, we're in contact with Trump right now.
Copy. Copy.
Some fire, some group of transients, fire extinguished as well as the scene.
So while we're waiting for law enforcement to get in the area, where's everybody else from tonight? We know we got some folks visiting us from Shasta. Got some from Australia. Downey. And why don't you folks pop in there where you're from? We're from Sacramento here. Michigan in the house. Rachel, howdy again. Thanks for joining us. Hey, if you guys haven't seen it, especially if you're millennial, you probably haven't seen it. but there is a from the Tonight Show. I just gotta watch every once in a while just for a good laugh. The Johnny Carson Show. If you go to YouTube and just do a search for, hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull it up here on my other tablet. If I got enough.
Alpha 35, no signs of forced entry.
Okay, sounds like we do have officers on scene.
So we clear up with this fog if we can.
35 from K94. Does she have any further description on this guy? Total guys, after that walking around.
35, 10 miles.
Copper Clapper Caper.
Do you have a front plate? Sometimes those newer Dodge Rams don't have brackets for it.
K94 from Alpha 35. All we've got is a male wearing a dark jacket with a hood and a beanie.
They were pretty weirded out by me the first time when they rolled by.
Gotcha, from Berkeley and in Sausalito, so down there in the Bay. Good stuff.
Negative.
Check it out.
It's a nice area. Seems like that'd be a super duper quiet area.
Probably. But his music's pretty loud. He's going to be exiting a lot on the east side of the show right now, going out to Del Paso Road.
I'm pulling up this YouTube video for you. I'll drop a link in.
Okay, I'm still here with the girl trying to get it done. Yeah, I'm not following. He's just away now. The other guy went in a different direction in a little red car. So probably could just cruise around.
Yeah, one of the things I hated when I was a new EMT working for a private,
Now south on Trucksville.
my ex-wife hated being alone at night, and I worked 48-hour shifts, and so she just couldn't handle me working on the ambulance. So I left the field and went into dispatch, and of course, since I was the only field trained dispatcher, guess who got graveyard? So it was either super quiet and dead where you almost just wanted to crash out, or hellaciously busy.
I got it on that Dodge Ram. I'm just gonna follow him for a little bit, see where he goes.
There you go. Copper Clapper Caper. Don't click on it now. We'll take you out of the live. But come back and grab that link later. And you will laugh your butt off. It's the guy from Dragnet and Johnny Carson, and it's a comedy, really good comedy piece. Oh, here comes our law enforcement guys right now. I thought they were already there. So K9 and one early unit. Oh, and there's another unit down there. So the unit that's already down there must be Officer Gamble, because that looks like a Crown Vic, and he was driving a Vic tonight. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that killed me leaving the field, but it is what it is. And I'll tell you what, now I've been married to my second wife for 17 going on 18 years, and night and day. And most of my viewers know I'm a person of faith, so when you let God lead you to the right one, I married my high school sweetheart right out of high school, young and dumb, and had 2 wonderful kids though, and but my wife now is just, we've been, like I said, we've been married almost 18 years, and it seems like maybe 5, and we just fit together so well, and she is super supportive of everything I do, and really appreciate that. So this is where a potential prowler is at. I was gonna pull over here on the side, but it looks like we got the constituency of transients. See all the garbage in the street? That's from all the transients, and there's a couple of them right here. We have what they call mushrooms. They're from the hydroelectric plant for the state, and the transients huddle around those. It's the vent for it in different parts of the city, and so they huddle around there to keep warm at night. Hey Craig, we are on a prowler call. The lady's dog was barking in her apartment, and she got up and found her front door open, and saw someone with a beanie cap, but the individual's probably long gone out of the area by now. They're probably going to clear off this pretty quick. They're just going to do their due diligence, check everything for her, make sure her apartment's clear and safe. And there's a couple of units checking the area, but they don't have a good description. So that's that. Well, let's spin back around here, go down Capitol Mall, and check in on the Christmas tree down to the straight. So if you weren't with us prior to tonight, the Capitol Christmas tree was quite askew. It was leaning pretty good when they first got it in there. And they finally got it straightened out. Bob, you definitely have a point there. So now we're at Capitol Mall.
44, go ahead.
Approaching Hurley, gonna be A, Lincoln, Adam, X-ray 1, 9, Black, Nissan with 1.
That plate comes back clear. Show suspended as of October 7th for 2012 Nissan out of Elk Grove.
And just a reminder, tonight's... Oh, well, we got a traffic stop.
No, go ahead. 6 for Knox on Kingsway.
65th and Fruit Ridge. It's going to be an obstructed plate, but it's going to be a white Chevy.
Tonight's live broadcast is sponsored by RU Sacramento, the Reformers Unanimous Recovery Program, Sacramento chapter, K0975, and they have over 1,500 chapters now in the United States. It's based out of the Midwest, Rockford, Illinois, and in 36 countries. This kind of an eerie view right now with the fog around the Capitol. It's pretty cool. With the Christmas tree there in front. The Capitol and the Christmas tree and the CHP unit there just peeking up behind it that has to guard the tree overnight. Man, Victoria, you missed it all. So, not sure what you missed. So, where you popped out. They just did the Christmas tree lighting this last weekend, I think it was. That was a big to-do.
Up.
1256, go ahead.
Alicito and Luther on 4 Mary Charles 034.
What's the cross on Luther?
Luther.
And we'll do another quick beat check down the K. 10th and K here, 10th and L now, 10th and K. Much going on at these nightclubs up here. And then we'll head over to Lavender Heights and check that out real quick. Yep. Nothing to see here except all the lights. If you were with us over the weekend, we had quite a bit of activity right back there. We popped out and went on the gimbal, and there were some fights going on in the streets there where we just drove through when they were doing the nightclub kickouts. Then we had some fights over at hey, that's still red.
1 Alpha 68, 1 Alpha 88.
on a 952, 5233 Folsom
In the Lavender
Boulevard.
Heights area, some people got hurt.
Cell phone within 14.7 meters.
And then I think it was Friday night. Was that Friday night or Saturday night? I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday night. No, Saturday night. Saturday night, Sunday morning. We were about 3 minutes into our broadcast, and we got pulled over there at L and 20th on the backside of Lavender Heights, and we were checking everybody's messages, and all of a sudden we see this guy comes running around the corner, and this gal chases, stop it, he stole my purse. And they went blasting by us. So that's how Saturday night's broadcast started off. We got a couple of more minor incidents after that. Oh, do we have? I think we have a good sized accident. Yeah, that tree. I think that's the prettiest I've seen that tree done up. Although there's no real representation with it. In prior years, they've had ornaments done by kids in the area from different schools or programs that they usually decorate the tree with, and they didn't do that this year. They just did lights. So not sure why they didn't have the community element to it, but is what it is. So we're still continuing down J Street, eastbound on J Street in downtown Sacramento. Down in Midtown. Midtown starts about 16th Street, going up in the numerics. Heights looks absolutely dead. Kick in on the back side here. And 1 second, I need to stop because I got turn your headlights on. Good job. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Lisa, I think you're right. Hey, Sherry, not much happening right now. It's actually pretty quiet. Uh-oh, I did it. I said the Q word. Looks like someone is probably a little over intoxicated over there.
Camera, they just lost one pass through.
Too sick to get in the backseat of the car.
I'm sure they still have it set, or if it was live and come back to check.
So for those who haven't joined us before, this is our Lavender Heights area.
All wrought iron, so if they're they still have eyes most secure.
We'll come back and check now.
There's a Faces on our left, Badlands and Depot on our right, Mangoes there on the left, and Lowbra on the right. And that is dead. Yep, Sherry, that is good. That's always good for the community. And while it doesn't bring news stories for us, that's all right. See, and that's the difference about how we aggregate news. Hold on a second. Sac Sheriff for another stop up in the north. You know, news stringers, they're running for the money and the invoices. So it's, you know, that's what we used. We were formerly news stringers until the economy crash occurred a few years ago. What was that, 2008? And all the local stations lost their budgets to pay us. So Tyler Day is on. Welcome, Tyler Day.
Attention district units, Folsom is in pursuit of possible 459 vehicles. They're currently westbound 50, exiting Sunrise, going 90 plus miles per hour. It's a white Jeep. Still waiting on further information. Information only this time. Taxi North 0231.
Tyler Day, pursuit in your area. So yeah, they lost their budgets to pay us, and that essentially laid off all the stringers that were in the area, and it just left our team because we're more community minded and we stayed together, and we became what is now Public Safety News. We just got our nonprofit about 2 months ago, back in August now, and so we're developing that and trying to create paychecks. Trying to be creative with that and create a paradigm shift in how this genre of news is aggregated, and take the chase out of it.
Pursuit, they're now going southbound on Sunrise. Vehicles running red lights. Building car 1, occupant unknown if they're armed.
So that pursuit. So Folsom, southbound Sunrise from Folsom.
Honda is going to be current out of Sacramento off of Meadowview, last Hernandez.
What's up, Trouble?
Do some work, will you? Taxi Dave? Where you gonna mark out your van now?
Okay. Well, take some photos, would you?
Well, don't get in a wreck, so I have to take some. See you, bud. Taxi Dave. So anyways, so that's what public safety is. Public safety news is today. Public safety journalism.
And K94, time of the clip was 0201 for 9 seconds. They have not gotten another activation.
And the shirt, we usually start between 11:45 p.m. and 12:15 a.m. depending what's going on. And we start rolling around 11:30, so we try to kind of see what's going on in the area. On our busy nights, we have a crew of 3 here in the car, in the news cruiser, and we each have our focus. Have a primary and secondary photog, and when we're out of the car, and I tend to the live stream. And then we develop those stories and get them pushed out as quickly as possible. So the news cruiser here is literally a mobile newsroom platform, and we try to get those stories out as quickly as we can. So, yeah, and that's the other difference between us and mainstream media. You have that 1 hour news block to work with. We can pump news out all day long, and we're not constrained to a 1 hour news block, and we're solely focused on public safety. So we're with our nonprofit, once we get funded, we will be expanding nationwide, and that's our plan. Spend the first year after we get funded. We have the whole system in place, and our web system is also developed for expansion nationally. So it's pretty cool. You know, every major area will have its bureau of public safety news, and so it's local, hyper-local public safety news, public safety journalism focused on their area. But then we'll also have a national page where we'll pull in the main stories into a national page. We have a pretty big vision, and that's just a piece of it. Just a piece. If you want to know more about our entire nonprofit, you want to go to COM1 Group for Community First Group. So COM, C-O-M, the number 1, group.org, and that will tell you more about our entire nonprofit that we're really super duper excited about. We're now in the Oak Park neighborhood of Sacramento. Kevin Johnson. Some of you know who Kevin Johnson is. If you're from Sacramento, you definitely know, but if you're out of Sacramento area, he was a all-star basketball player for the Phoenix Suns and formerly the mayor of Sacramento. This is he and his wife's baby right here, St. Hope and Teach for America. Teach for America is his wife Michelle's project, and so that's that here. And check in on a couple more messages here. So we gave Sherry the time we start. Victoria, that was in the Folsom area, headed into Citrus Heights, off Folsom Boulevard, and then went out south on Sunrise. And thanks, Sherry, appreciate that. And there is the link on our whole nonprofit. And
TAC 11901.
There's the link for more about public safety news.
4301 Truxell Road, California 6, Victor Adam Mary 321.
And just in case you didn't get it, and tonight our broadcast is being sponsored by rusacramento.org, the RU Recovery Program Sacramento chapter. Not a problem, Sherry.
TAC 11, your plate 6, Victor Adam Mary 321 comes back clear current on a 2009 Toyota out of San Martin.
And if you or you know someone who would like to sponsor one of our virtual ride-alongs, there's the link for that. And which brings me to some other information. Starting next week, because we do have another sponsor for this weekend. We don't have a sponsor for the next couple of nights, but depending, we may or may not broadcast. But it takes money for us to operate, and we've been quite taken aback by the lack of viewer support monetarily. And we, again, those of you that have been with us for a long time, you know, we've talked about that we hoped that we could get just a quarter of our viewers to support us on Facebook for the 99 cents a month.
westbound 50 approaching Howe.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay, that pursuit's coming this direction. Glad y'all stayed with us because we're going to get in position for that pursuit. It's coming in our direction at over 100 miles an hour, so they'll be here pretty quick. So I need to flip around and get in position for that. And of course we hit red lights.
In front of 2142 Foreign Road on a silver BMW double.
Actually, I should have stayed going that direction because they're going to be past us quickly.
They just passed out on that pursuit, and they are not at the car, but they have several units.
I'm stalking right now. Go through there.
Make sure all other units are out of it. 10-4, copy all, make sure all other units are out of it. 150, we passed one Folsom unit and they're out of it. We're coming up on the second one now. We are coming up on Stockton, number 2 lane, about 120. Up on Stockton, number 2, 120. That copy, one unit, backed out. We're advising the PD back out.
Oh, it just went over us.
Trans, looks like we're westbound 50. He's in the number 3 lane, 120 miles an hour. Number 4 lane now. Coming up on the trans, they're staying on westbound 50, number 4 lane now, 120.
Oh, we have to parallel it. They got ahead of me.
What do we pass the stoppage? Looks like we have the K9 sheriff in front of us. If you want to have them take secondary, we'll take primary. We're passing 60th right now, number 3 lane, 120.
Red lights are going to kill us on this one.
In front of you, pass to take secondary, you can take primary, number 320. What exit are you passing? 150, passing 10th now. We are primary. He's going in and out of the 3 and 4. We're at 1. In and out of 3 and 4 at 120 in your primary.
Yep.
What? Like he wants to take northbound 5. We're coming up on the trans now. Looks like he wants to take northbound 5. Want a clearance? 150 north, we're going 5. And he is going southbound 5 committed.
Southbound 5.
You want a clearance? 150 firm. We're primary right now. We're at about 55 miles an hour in the train. On that first 55 miles per hour in the train now.
Yep, and I zigged when I should have zagged.
Confirm negative air. 150 getting on to southbound 5 right now. He just turned his lights on. He just turned his lights on southbound 5. 150 I see 8 towards Robbers. I think it's Sam 214. 8 George Sam 214.
So a lot of times the pursuits that head that direction.
150, we're coming up on 12. He's over to the 4 lane. We're at 150. 150 number 4 coming up on 12.
He may exit and head back
150 light traffic
northbound. So our best hope is to get in position for a return toward the city.
2 lanes, over 120. Passing Sutterville right now. Looks like he's trying to take. Passing Sutterville, 100. Southbound 5 from 12. Southbound 5 from 12. Oh, I see a copy. Inquiring if Stockton has spiked. 150 party does have their lights on now, and we do have a 9 secondary with us. 150 lights are on. SOK9 with you.
So I have K9 in the pursuit. Speeds are about 120 miles an hour. Southbound approaching Fruit Ridge.
150 approaching Fruit Ridge. Still on.
Again, we're gonna get we're way outplayed for it now, and we wouldn't stay behind it at that speed anyway.
Fruit Ridge coming up on 43rd now, number 2 lane, 110.
Coming up on 43rd, number 2, 110.
110 miles an hour coming up on 43rd, still southbound.
1039 Stockton.
And 150, we're committed past 43rd, number 3 lane.
SS all units, they're southbound I-5 approaching Spur Bridge. Committed past 43rd, 115.
150 now in the number 2 lane. He turned his lights off again. 120, light traffic.
He keeps turning his lights off, trying to black out.
150 approaching Florence.
Florence. Stockton, copies all.
150 lights back on, coming up on the floor and off. Number 3 lane, 115.
Floor and off, number 3, 115, lights are back on.
Another 20 miles an hour. Past Florence, 110, number 2 lane.
Okay, it's past Florin. So normally in this situation we would jet down Broadway and hang out by Interstate 5 and see if he exits the freeway and flips back around and comes back towards the city, which they do oftentimes.
And 150 that.
But it looks like he's
150 coming up the pocket, number 2 lane, 120.
up the pocket now.
Pocket, southbound 5.
So he's continuing southbound.
Number 2, 120.
We don't know what the original want was, why the pursuit started.
Lights on, no traffic now, we're in the 120.
Lights are still on, number 2, 120, light traffic.
Just a few minutes ago, people screaming for help and honking their horns. When it ran outside, tried to speak with
150, that's 28, come back out of Oklahoma.
150, back off east, not sure on the 28, and we're exiting Casitas now. Exiting Casitas, number 2 lane, at 75 miles an hour.
So now 75 miles an hour. Southbound I-5, about 75 miles an hour.
Back on the southbound 5, 50 miles an hour, number 2 lane.
Back on southbound 5, 50 miles per hour, number 2. Stockton's en route.
And they got back on the freeway southbound I-5 and Casitas.
150 to the number 1 lane, lights are back off, we're at about 100.
Lights are off, number 1 lane at 100.
Lights are off again at about 100 miles an hour.
Stockton's coming from 99 at Mariposa.
No, we don't know any. We don't know what the one is on that show. This is a pursuit that started up off of Folsom Sunrise.
115 and 150 if you want to let Elk Grove PD know.
There's already 1039.
So if he starts, we're getting up here near I-5. If he drops off onto Laguna, he could cut through Oak Grove and come back up 99, and we'll flip around and head toward 99. Oh, staying past Laguna, so now he's committed south. So he won't be coming back our way.
150 coming up on Elk Grove Boulevard, number 2 lane, lights are off, and 125.
North of Elk Grove Boulevard, number 2, 125, lights are off. 47
We're gonna flip around.
150, K9's inquiring if he footbills, he wants them to release the K9.
RS214, stay firm. And we are committed past Elk Grove Boulevard, number 2 lane at 114.
Paul, as far as I know, right now just CHP.
And be advised the K9 will be deployed.
214 is in and out of the number 1 lane.
I'm not sure whose K9 unit is in. It might be Sheriff's Department K9.
38th Avenue, 69th Street, immediate hang-up location, cell phone, mapping within 10 meters.
50 to copy last of 214. And it looks like it's a white Jeep, or a white Jeep Compass, or another small Jeep.
158 from 214, a white Jeep Compass or another small Jeep.
It's a possible white Jeep Compass.
115, number 1 lane.
Hood Franklin, number 1 lane, 115.
Down to Hood Franklin now.
Go ahead.
Southbound I-5.
115, it is clear. It's a rental out of Oklahoma.
Hey Sherry, there you go.
Franklin, we're at 75 miles an hour. He's turning those lights back on, taking the exit.
Check the Hood Franklin, 70 miles per hour. Lights are back on.
Ooh, taking the Hood Franklin exit. This could get really ugly.
150,
we're westbound on Hood Franklin. 5 miles an hour over on the overpass.
Oh, he's going westbound Hood Franklin.
9 Alpha Victor, call back the younger female Android.
Back on the southbound. Getting back on southbound 5.
He's back on the freeway again.
Female went silent and disconnected.
Wow, glad he didn't keep going down Hood Franklin into Cortland. That would have been on the Delta.
We're back up to about 90 southbound south of Hood Franklin.
That could have wound up in the river.
Southbound south of Hood Franklin, number 2, lights are on 90 miles per hour. $150 is going to be Jeep Cherokee.
That's a Jeep Cherokee.
150, we copy. He turned his lights back off. We're at number 1 lane at 110.
Back off, 110, number 1.
Where's that, Skip? You're in Cortland?
Now 150, we're coming up on Lambert. Still at 115. He's in and out of the 1 and 2.
Coming up on Lambert, 115 in and out of the 1 and 2.
Up 36.
Alpha 36, go ahead.
Yeah, there's no result to the original 925. If we can have the call come with you.
150, number 2 lane, 125.
Oh, we got a Folsom police officer right here. See if they'll tell us what the want was on that guy.
Copy. We called the alarm company. They're processing responsible to respond.
Hey, welcome Sacramento.
How's it going?
Good, public safety news.
Oh, cool.
So what was the original one on this?
You know, 36.
You broke into a sunglass or something like that.
Into a what? Oh, sunglasses? Okay. Wow. All right, I guess we'll let this car go.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, he's going the distance on it, though. All right. Thank you. So as a Folsom police officer, he broke into a sunglass place. So yeah, sure, it was a 459. Good call. It wasn't one that we heard, though.
Number 125, lights are still off, light traffic. San Joaquin Sheriff has a K9 available.
San Joaquin Sheriff has another K9 available to jump in place of Sac Sheriff.
Sheriff copies.
And 150, we're at 3/4 of a mile.
Paul, that's good.
Quarter of a mile, 3/4 of a mile.
That's all units.
Center 1 lane.
Information regarding that pursuit is still southbound I-5.
150, be advised, the sheriff has spikes south 5 at Twin Cities. Do you want them?
150, affirmative, they can let us know where it's at. 150, exiting Twin Cities.
Exiting Twin Cities.
Now Twin Cities.
Just confirming, you need a responsible for both addresses, the 2417 and 2415.
We're going over 5 right now.
Just for the original one.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and drop off. And I want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. We're about almost a half hour over our normal time.
On the wrong way.
And oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let's keep on here. Listen to this way for a minute.
Southbound in the northbound lane. Southbound in the northbound lane. He is at the bottom of the on-ramp. Blacked out.
He's southbound in the northbound lanes. Blocked out.
Across from him.
That's you. You turn off your light.
108, he's on visual. He's still southbound. Approximately 100 miles an hour.
Well, you saw visual. Southbound approximately 100 miles per hour. Southbound in northbound lanes.
Ooh, this is not good. He is southbound in the northbound lanes going over 100 miles an hour. And I think the officers have pulled off and they're paralleling.
Wait, what's the traffic like?
Light traffic. We still southbound the northbound lanes.
Like, sunny.
Southbound on 5 from Twin Cities. He's the wrong way.
10-4, southbound on 5 from Twin Cities.
Turn back around, going right way now. Northbound.
Nope. Now he's northbound.
County line.
150, we're at Twin Cities over 5. We're going to try and pick him up.
150, you're at Twin Cities over 5. You're going to try to pick him up.
108, we're northbound, trying to catch up.
108, you're north.
Available.
Oh, he's northbound. We're gonna hang out here.
So 10 is en route.
136 check.
He's in the number 2 lane. Speed's about 90.
Number 2. Did you copy the spike?
Northbound. He's back northbound right way towards Twin Cities.
Northbound towards Twin Cities.
So he's heading back up this way.
Waiting for him.
150, you're Twin Cities over 5 waiting.
We're hang out where Broadway and
3/4 mile from Twin Cities, light traffic. Speed's about 110.
Broadway and 23rd. I don't want to commit one way or the other in case he does the thing through Elk Grove again. He could drop off in Elk Grove and head over toward 99.
2511. Are you available for a 459 speed 417 15th Street in 3V boy?
Yeah, Sherry. Yeah, jump on that, Gloria. You got it. You want to catch up with that?
Southbound, or northbound 5, 150 primary. There's at least 2 people in the car. Hispanic male driver.
There's at least 2 people in the car, a Hispanic male driver.
Hispanic male driver.
150, he's trying to go the wrong way. We pitted him.
Oh, they did a pit.
Go wrong way, you pitted him.
150, we are stuck, and he's now going southbound in the northbound lanes.
Nope, he's going
Southbound in the northbound lanes, and you're stuck.
He's going south of the northbound lanes, and the officers are stuck that tried to pit him. Wow, that's unfortunate.
108, we're at 1022.
108, you're at 1022. The last you're coming in completely static. Tonight?
1185 patrol vehicle, we're in the center median.
1185 patrol vehicle in center median.
108, he's back southbound. We're trying to catch up.
108, he's back southbound. You're going to try to catch up.
And 150, we got his vehicle pretty good. He probably won't make it very far.
150, you got the vehicle pretty good. You probably won't make it far.
So the suspect's vehicle is pretty well damaged now from the officers trying to do the pit maneuver.
150, there was at least 3 or 4 people in that Jeep.
150, there's at least 3 to 4 occupants in that Jeep.
North of Twin Cities on the center medium of the field vehicle.
North of Twin Cities. Center divide.
He's wrong way, still southbound in the northbound lanes.
22. Southbound and northbound lanes again.
He's still wrong way, still southbound in the northbound lanes, and you're 1022.
Officers are canceling for safety.
I see is the SO 1022 as well. There's nobody chasing. We just can see him.
10-4, and we're advising the SO now. I'm going to go ahead and clear this channel. All units can resume it.
62503, we're northbound south of Walnut Grove, via Willing.
What?
He's on San Joaquin County now, still southbound in the northbound.
I've got multiple units on the air. Last unit, copy northbound south of Walnut Grove, still BOLing, and 108, I copy is in the San Joaquin County now. Still confirm going the wrong way.
108, that's safe route.
So he's south,
10-4.
still southbound and northbound San Joaquin County now, South Walnut Grove.
All units, can you resume your traffic of your G698-302?
Good job, Cali Bear.
He's still southbound in the northbound lanes, approaching Walnut Grove.
Hey, Cali Bear, he might get down your direction.
Approaching Walnut Grove.
Again, we're not chasing him, we're just paralleling.
108, I copy, you're not chasing, you're just paralleling.
108, everybody foot bail.
108, everybody foot bail.
Oh, they got foot bail.
108, there's 2 sheriff units out. Lit them up and they're chasing them now.
108, I copy, 2 SO units, lit them up, chasing them now.
2 deputies are out. Foot pursuit.
Copy all.
Well, she copies. What's the 1020?
Wait, what's the 10?
Air units are down, Gary.
South and north of Walnut Grove.
Copy.
I-5 south of Walnut Grove, foot bail. They're in foot pursuit now. San Joaquin deputies are in foot pursuit.
You're welcome.
Clear.
108 tonight.
Car's clear, well, yes, no.
108, you're not used up with the SO and the vehicle's cleared.
Vehicle is clear. I haven't heard any more updates. If someone's listening on their scanner apps, you might see if there's a feed for San Joaquin County Sheriffs.
112, 108. Be advised, one of the SO units was bit by a dog. We're starting on 1141 for that unit.
Oops, one of the deputies was bit by the canine. Oh no.
We're out traffic, northbound traffic, stop now. Let's talk to the unit.
112, 108, 10-4, you're going to have northbound traffic stop now.
Yeah, Craig, exactly. Especially with him going speeds over 100 in the wrong direction. And they have an ambulance en route to attend to the deputy who got bit by the canine. Yeah, right?
You see that ring here on ours?
Dolphin 6 answer, please, attention.
Alright, okay, mate.
Go ahead.
Boy 705 5537, no reason.
Check.
1 Alpha 2391.
No problem, Lisa. We're not getting any more updates right now.
For you, where vehicle stop. Thank you.
24, go ahead.
It's going to be Al right in front of LeBou.
One detained.
One subject is in custody. Yay. At least one still outstanding.
Battalion 2 Engine 56, vehicle fire on 46th Street at Masonry Way. Vehicle fire on 46th Street at Masonry Way. Battalion 2 Engine 56 at 230 Delta 2 operations, 503.
Street at Masonry Way. Why don't I know where that's at?
I don't know if you're advised, we got one in custody.
Affirm, I copied. One detained at 307. OIC, be advised, there's going to be a chief notification sent out.
What's your copy?
10-4.
46th Street at Masonry Way. Masonry Way, Nicholas Park.
112-108.
Vehicle
Stop
fire.
Do we have a description on the other parties that took Bobayo?
47th.
Two more Hispanic males, Stockton 97 with us as well.
I 10-4, Stockton is 97 with you as well, and the other two are Hispanic males.
Still got a K9 in both speeds here as well.
Oh, I know where that's at. You might be able to get on a good vehicle fire. Alright. Might be able to get there in time.
193 or 97 at the jail.
Oh, I'll drag y'all along with me. Since there's 37 of you on. We're heading to the south area off of 47th Street. Engine 56 is en route to vehicle fire off of 46th Street in Masonry. It's off of 47th Avenue.
Engine format for L citation with difficulty breathing. La Fiesta parking lot 110 at Alhambra Boulevard. Citation is La Fiesta parking lot 110 at Alhambra Boulevard. Battalion 1 engine format 170 Delta operation 7.
haven't had anything like majorly tangible, but we've had a few odds and ends tonight. We had the one wreck with the drunk driver taken into custody. We had this pursuit we weren't able to get on, but we got to listen to it. Gloria, we're currently southbound Highway 99. We're going to be getting off of 47th Avenue East and heading to a vehicle fire. Got some lights, some flashing headlights up here. We might have a wreck. What do we have? Nope. Just okay. They're okay.
Battalion 2-1056, vehicle fire on 46th Street at Masonry Way. Vehicle fire on 46th Street at Masonry Way. Battalion 2-1056, that's 230 Delta 2 operations, stop up 3.
So, engine 56 just got dispatched. And these two cars got cop shock and just far enough, just close enough to the exit, not to break around them. We'll wind up overshooting the off-ramp. Oh yeah, and we are on scene before fire. And we're going to pull over here, and we are on scene before fire. And I will be getting out of the vehicle and rolling my other camera. So you'll be able to see when fire arrives and puts the fire out. And here comes fire now. Oh, sure. Fire engine pulled right in your guys' way. Hopefully he's... Oh, it looks like he's going to move for you. gotta move so you guys have a better view. I got a few minutes because they still got to pull their hose. And you will hear explosions. Usually the tires not popping. And used to be when I was a firefighter, only like Porsches and Volkswagens had magnesium blocks, and makes a brilliant white. But now there's a lot of them that have magnesium, other magnesium components, and when he puts water on it, it gets all white.
Sacramento information.
5497 Summer Drive, California 3, X-ray North, Charles, 892, over check.
Vehicle on fire, structures are threatened, it's legal.
So as you can see, some of those vehicle fires can be pretty stubborn. Yeah, you got that right. Oh, Craig, that's good. Oh, Lupe, you're in trouble. Well, see, this is kind of the stuff you don't get on Action News. Why? Because mainstream doesn't care. Yeah, Craig. Man, I mean, all speculation. But given the area, could be a dump and torch. The captain, you saw the captain there, looked like he was trying to stomp something out, and it was the license plate he was trying to save, and I think he was able to save it, and he called a plate in. And I didn't have my scanner set right, so y'all wouldn't have heard him call it in. So we don't know. But see, right there. Yeah, exactly, Craig. So this right here, again, this virtual ride-along, you know, I always tell folks it's secondary to our main objective. You know, we are public safety news, and that's where we aggregate action news, and we're where mainstream used to get their action news. If y'all have paid attention over the years, you don't have very much action in your mainstream news anymore. And that's, again, because they lost their budgets to pay independent photojournalists. And this right here is exactly how... One second. Okay. So just like this, you see, we're out on the streets ready to respond, and we got here before the fire department did, and we were all the way down on Broadway, and we got all the way over here to the south area before the fire department got here. And we got fire department arrival, pulling the hose, putting the wet stuff on the red stuff, overhauling, and all the action. So that's how we aggregate action news right there. Now, if this was something more serious and the news stations bought it, which they don't anymore around here, but back in the day, just because of the visuals alone with all the fire, almost all of the stations, almost all of the news stations here in the Sacramento area would have bought that before, just because of the visuals with all the flame and the smoke and all that. And they don't buy this stuff anymore, again, because they lost all their budgets. So again, this is, you know, our virtual ride-alongs are behind the scenes of how news is aggregated like this from independent photojournalists. And that right there is a classic example for you of how we got the early dispatch, we got the early information. We were 3/4 of the way here before the engine even actually got dispatched, toned out. So, as they say, whoop whoop, there it is. And we're done. Get on scene, get the footage, get in, get out, get ready for the next one. But I'm gonna get ready for bed. And we passed up donut 30. So, all right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for joining us. You got all the links here in the feed. And again, tonight's or this morning's broadcast sponsored by rusacramento.org, Reformers Unanimous Recovery Program Sacramento chapter. And I encourage you to go to that link. And if you have some family members or even yourself that are struggling this holiday season and need a little extra help, RU is there for you. So tap into that. They meet every Friday night at 7 p.m. at Faith Baptist Tabernacle in North Highlands. So it's been wonderful having you all join us from all over the place, from Australia to Mount Shasta area to the Bay, and here in Sacramento. Really appreciate all y'all, and want to wish y'all a good day for today. Get some sleep for those of you that gotta go to work. And I usually sleep in until about 10 a.m. and then I get back at it and go grab breakfast. And I usually have breakfast around between 11 and noon and get back at it. So, and my wife will be out of town here, heading to go see some family for the holidays up in the Washington State area. And when she's out of town, I go really nuts with news, and I do news till I sleep, wake up, eat, news till I eat again, news till I sleep, news, and a little news and a little bit of snooze. All right, y'all. Really appreciate you joining again tonight. And again, you can those of us that can't help support us monetarily, please help us out by sharing and liking and pushing our links, and especially our sponsorship links. Push those out in front of folks that might be business owners that would like to sponsor one of our virtual ride-alongs. Oh, I was starting to tell you real quick, we are going to be putting this virtual ride-along behind the supporter paywall for the Facebook. So you see the links, you know, the thing at the bottom of most of our videos and some of our posts, it says support public safety news through Facebook. And you see a lot of our viewers that have a supporter badge, just like you see Gloria there has a top fan badge. Many of our viewers will have a supporter +1. That means they're a supporter plus a top fan through Facebook. 99 cents, only 99 cents a month. And so we're going to be putting these lives behind that supporter. So you want to become a Facebook supporter unless it's sponsored. If it's sponsored, it'll be out for public consumption and out publicly on the page rather than behind the supporter paywall. Again, 2 ways to help us out. Become a Facebook supporter at 99 cents a month, super simple, right here on our Facebook page, or push us in front of sponsors that'll bring it out from behind the paywall. We're going to start putting all of our lives behind the paywall, and we want folks to get immediate information. What will happen is what we're looking at right now is you will get photos and a brief if it's an urgent situation that the community needs to be aware of. But the lives will be behind the paywalls, again, unless they're sponsored. So for those who are our supporters, that will be one of the benefits as a supporter, you'll have access to our live broadcasts like this, because you're the ones that are paying, and you should get some extra benefits, and we really appreciate our supporters. And again, we understand that some folks aren't able to. Even $1 a month is tough. So switch from Starbucks to McDonald's coffee, which is still pretty good, and you can direct the funds this way for one day a month. Anyways, this is Maverick, Public Safety News. Again, thank you all of you for joining us. We had a couple of law enforcement officers on with us tonight. We appreciate you guys, and thank you for what you do. And any other first responders that may be joining us that aren't piping up, that's okay. We appreciate you. Woo! Sneeze. Excuse me. Wow. And keep on keeping on, everybody. Have a great one. And again, try to push this forward as much as you can and help out. We do appreciate it. Maverick Public Safety News, now still in South Sacramento.